Hello and welcome to our class Computer Programming 2. So for today's video, we'll be discussing the 5th and 6th week of your preliminaries, which will be objects and methods. If you haven't watched the previous lessons, you may check them in the description box below or in my channel for more in-depth learning about OOP. Happy learning! Before we start, let's have a Java game quiz. Answer the following questions. The first three students who got the most score will receive credit for their preliminaries grade. The credit which will they receive will be added to their grade. The quiz is worth 2 points each. Top 1, 3 points. Top 2 and top 3, 2 points. A constructors is a special method that is used to create and initialize an object. Using the new keyword calls a constructors. X. My class mech equals new my class. My class mech declares the variable mech to be a name for an object of the class my class. My class with parenthesis creates and initializes a new object, whose address is then assigned to mech. My class with parenthesis is a class to be the constructor that Java provided for the class. The parentheses are empty because this constructor takes no arguments. A constructor does not have a return type. A constructor can call methods within its class. Here are the examples of Java constructors. The program creates a class called main with a class variable x and a constructor that initializes the value of x to 5. The main class also contains a main method which creates an instance of the main class called myObj and then prints out the value of myObj, x. The flow of the program is as follows. The program starts executing in the main method. An instance of the main class is created called myObj using the new keyword and the constructor of the main class is called. The constructor sets the value of x to 5. The println method is called with the argument myObj, x. The value of myObj, x, which is 5, is printed to the console. The program ends. Here are the examples of Java constructors. The program creates a class called main with two class variables model year and model name, and a constructor that initializes both variables with the provided values. The main class also contains a main method which creates an instance of the main class called myCar using the constructor and then prints out the values of myCar, model year and myCar, model name separated by a space. The flow of the program is as follows. The program starts executing in the main method. An instance of the main class is created called myCar using the new keyword and the constructor of the main class is called with the arguments 1969 and Mustang. The constructor sets the values of model year and model name to 1969 and Mustang, respectively. The println method is called with the argument myCar, model year, myCar, model name. The values of myCar, model year and myCar, model name, which are 1969 and Mustang, respectively, are concatenated with a space between them and printed to the console. Static variables and methods belong to a class as a whole and not to an individual object. A static variable is shared by all the objects of its class. A static variable can be public or private. Static variables that are not constants should normally be private and should be accessed or changed only by accessor and mutator methods. A static method is a method that can be invoked without using any object. It is invoked by using the class name instead of an object name. A static method is written with the static keyword in the heading of the method definition. When you call a static method, you write the class name instead of the object name x. Inches equals unit converter. Convert feet to inches 2.6. Unit converter is the name of the class while convert feet to inches is the static method. A static method cannot reference an instance variable of the class. It cannot invoke a non-static method of the class, unless it has an object of the class and uses the object in the invocation. The predefined math class provides a number of standard mathematical methods. The use of import statement is not required. Here are the math functions on a Java program. POW stands for power. In mathematics, it is exponent, argument, and return type of POW is double. See the example and value returned for more description. ABS stands for absolute value. The argument and return type is integer, long, float or double max, maximum. The argument and return type is integer, long, float or double min, minimum. The argument and return type is integer, long, float or double random, random number. The argument type is none. While the return type is double round, rounding number. The argument type is float or double, while the return type is integer or long respectively. Ceil or ceiling. The argument type and return type is double floor and sqrt, square root. Both of these commands, their argument and return type is double. Overloading occurs when multiple methods have the same name within the same class. This is done by having different method definitions in the method's parameter lists. Examples are public static double get average double n1, double n2, public static double get average double n1, double n2, double n3, public static int get average int n1, int n2, int n3. Java distinguishes methods according to the number of parameters and the types of the parameters. A method's name and the number and types of its parameters and the types of the parameters. A class cannot define multiple methods with the same signature. Constructors can be overloaded too.